What happens when you combine one of the world's most popular robot toy brands with one of the world's most popular video game mascots? You get one of the most unique collectible figures from both franchises. Hello everyone, I am Shane from Crystal Clear 101. Welcome back to the channel. Now, it's no secret that on this channel I'm a fan of two major franchises, Transformers and Sonic the Hedgehog. And when you combine transforming robots with a highly popular character like Sonic, you're bound to get my attention, whether it's gonna be good or bad. And this is actually one of those figures that I announced on a video that was coming out this year. I'm proud to say that I have it clearly in hand. And thanks to a local, well not local, but a channel supporter by the name of Rick Felix, I have this in hand. I can actually bring you guys a full review of the figure, or figures in this case. And I will give you my honest breakdown of these two figures. Now, these are just the latest collaborative figures in their collaborative crossover line of Transformers, which has been going on since 2019. The first of which being Ectotron, transforming Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters. Now, not counting the Star Wars and Marvel crossover Transformers from the 2000s, these will be some of the first transforming crossover figures. Since then, there have been several franchises that have collaborated with them. The only one that I've even bothered with getting was their first offering for Jurassic Park, which came with Tyrannosaurus Rex, which I thought was a dumb name, and JP93, which was a horribly lazy name. The only other one getting my attention, honestly, was their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles offering. The Party Wagon, I will admit that its Party Wagon mode looks really good. And the Robot Turtle mode, it looks decent for what it is, but I have one problem with that one, which was, yes, you get the bandanas for all four turtles, you get weapons for all four of them, but if you're wanting to display all four turtles for that particular one, you gotta buy that figure 4 times. And at $50 a pop, that one was actually kind of expensive. So needless to say, I didn't fool with that one. This is only the second one in the collaboration series that I've even bothered with. But I am getting sidetracked here. In the case of this Sonic collaboration 2-pack, they made Sonic, called Blue Booster, transform into his car, the Speedstar, and Tails, called Wingtail, transform into the Tornado. And as far as the robot modes are concerned, Wingtail to me is the better looking of the two. It's not that Blue Booster doesn't exactly look bad per se, but his robot mode to me looks like it took a lot of inspiration from Sonic Man, who was from the cover of Archie issue 293, a cancelled comic book. But let me just go ahead and say that there's a couple of things about this 2-pack that I find rather ironic. Which is, number one, is that they are robot versions of Sonic and Tails. And as any diehard Sonic fan knows, what is the main antagonist that they fight in the games? It's robots. And to have robot versions of our two primary characters, for me, is funny. And also, this is not the first time we have seen robotic versions of these two characters. For instance, in the Archie Sonic comics, I can think of at least 2 occasions where Sonic was roboticized into a robot. First time being issue 39, where he was referred to as Mecha Sonic, and the second time, which was both Sonic and Tails, issue 118. And not surprisingly, they were called Mecha Sonic and Mecha Tails. So this right here is not the first time that our two primary stars have been in robot form before. If I was to give any little complaint, it's just that I wish that these were headmasters. That way, when you transform them into their vehicles, for Blue Booster, the head would obviously be Sonic, and Wingtail, the head would be Tails. And that way you could put them into the respective cockpit of their vehicles. And I think that would have actually been a really cool idea. Now, as far as the articulation for both of them are concerned, Blue Booster, I have a hard time saying that. I'm just going to refer to him as Sonic for the rest of this video. Sonic, his articulation is pretty decent, especially for what's essentially a deluxe class figure. Even Tails, Wingtail, the really cool thing about him is his articulation is good. It's just that the back half of the Tornado's fuselage does form his two tails in robot mode. And both of those can be articulated, can be positioned behind him, which I think is actually a really nice little detail. Also, is the simple fact that in their robot modes, is the fact they actually look more Cybertronian than they do, say, a Mobian, or the terminology from the Archie comics, a Robian. So, if you wanted to integrate these guys into a Transformers collection, you could do so without too much issue, and they wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb. Now, as far as the accessories for these two guys are concerned, for Sonic, we have a shield, which the outer part of it is painted in gold with a transparent center, which I think is pretty cool to protect him from a hit. And it does also come with a item box that can spin. One side of it showing an invincibility icon, the other side showing the Autobot emblem. So the fact that Sonic and Tails in this are also Autobots is actually really cool. And as far as Tails is concerned, his little booster that's on the bottom of the Tornado forms his handheld blaster when he's in robot mode, which I think was actually a smart move on their part as far as how to incorporate them into Tails' robot mode. Now, call me biased on this, but I just like how Tails' alt mode, the Tornado, to me just looks so much better. Outside of a gaming mechanic, I don't understand why Sonic would need a car. But that's not to say that his car mode looks bad. It looks good. It's just, I'm more partial to the Tornado. I just like how that vehicle looks. And I just really appreciate how that one works, especially the transformation. Now, I won't show the transformation for these two figures on this video. However, I will make separate how to transform shorts for these two as separate videos, if you just want to know how to transform these two particular figures. All in all, if you want me to give you my opinion about these particular two, I would be lying if I didn't say I wanted to see more of these. Particular, just in the event Hasbro happens to be watching this, I highly doubt that. I'm just going to throw a few ideas out there. How about, say, Knuckles with Eggman, or Shadow with Silver, or here's an idea. How about Amy with Blaze? Because last I checked, for this collaboration series, there has not been a single female character yet. And last I checked, I thought Hasbro was all about their diversity and equality and all that. But anyway, long story short, if you're a Sonic fan, you won't go wrong with this. If you're a Transformers fan, it will add a little bit of variety to your collection. And if I had any negatives I could give about this, it's just that, aside from this being a Target exclusive, is that it is kind of pricey for what it is. I mean, at Target, $59.99, unless you can find it for a better bargain. If you can find it cheaper, I would say try and wait for a sale. But if you just have to have it, you won't go wrong. These are actually two pretty decent figures. Two absolutely solid figures. And one more time, a special shout out to Rick Felix for sending me these two figures. I highly thank you, good sir. And again, I'm just really grateful that you were able to send these two figures to me. If you stood with me up to this point, I highly thank you for watching this video. If you are new to this channel, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And be sure to turn on that bell so you can get all future notifications for when I do upload new videos. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.